Okay. So it's still a hemshech of Yutes and Chov Kessel. So if I bring yesterday in the Empire Stiebel, I said a number of things. I mentioned something that you mentioned also. I said in the story with Yankov and Esav, so Yankov says to his family, to his people, he says, Ki goshcha ochi, and he'll ask you as follows. L'mi ata, v'ana teilech, l'mi elu v'necha. So he has three questions. So Yankov told him that you should answer, v'amarta, you should say, l'avdecha v'Yaakov, l'Esav, and mincha yishlucha l'adayni l'Esav. He only answered two questions. Okay, didn't answer the third question. He said, because they were the Chassidim of Lubavitch. And so when they asked them, L'miyata, they answered, L'yankiv, Kushitzim Rebbe. Where's this going? They answered, it's going to Esav. Where are you going? They said, mir gehen it, unshikman. So I told the story. I spoke later, when it comes to Mesiras Nefesh, I tied it in what Alter Rebbe says in Tanya. I told the story. There was a few years ago, I don't remember the exact number of years, that Lubavitch started making some yeshiva gedolos. And they made in two places. One place was in Los Angeles, which today is Orochana Chabad, and another place was in Cincinnati. Not the yeshiva that the Afsan has over there. There was a young man, Goldstein, I think his name was, that he was sent over there to start a yeshiva. So it was becoming like a rivalry or a competition between Lubavitch and some Litvisher. So it seems that the Rebbe spoke with the Rashag about it, and the Rebbe told the Rashag that zou durchreden with Reb Schneier about it. Reb Schneier Kotler. The question was, you can't, once again, pick up a phone and call him. You go down to Lakewood, it's not for the Rashag to do. So he realized that in the yeshivas, there's what's called the college program. And in order to have the college program, it's a federal program, which you have to be approved as a school of higher education. Yeshivas in New York are not considered a school of higher education. We're considered a divinity school, but not a school of higher education. In fact, from all the yeshivas in New York, we happen to be the only yeshiva that has a corporation for education, the same as Columbia University. And when they incorporated the yeshiva, so that was the lawyer that made it that way. And because of that, I have even the right that called me. There was a time, I don't know if it's still the same, but as far as the Social Security is concerned, so rabbis had a schus that they could elect if they want to have Social Security or not. That was a law that was written. So when people call me for a letter from the yeshiva, I know from experience already that they look up the yeshiva and they say it's not a divinity school, it's an educational school. So they can't get it. They have to. But I told them, be happy, because the stuff, if you ever come to need it, you'll be grateful that you didn't get the exemption. So in order to get, you have to be approved. You have to be an accredited school. So in the beginning, I'm not going to go into the whole detail, but in the beginning there was a way to get around it. And then later, a lot of yeshivas that couldn't use that method of getting around it, they could. So there were 9 yeshivas that were able to get around it, and they got approved as higher education. We were one of those 9 yeshivas. So we made an accrediting agency of our own that the government recognized as an accrediting agency that, just like was said, the agency that approves the Moshe Columbia or Brooklyn College doesn't know how to evaluate a yeshiva. So there came the Choshev professors from Columbia and from other places, and they convinced the government that we should have our own accrediting agency. So they formed an organization called ARTS, and the Rosh Yeshivas were the members of the board. So from time to time we had meetings. I used to go to these meetings, and the Rashag also went. From Lakewood, there came a fellow by the name of Yankov Weisberg, and Reb Shneya came. From Tiferet Yerushalayim, they came with Reb Moshe Feinstein, talking in the early years, and there was a guy Rabkovsky there.
Rabkovsky?
Yeah, he's a mishpacha that he's Rabkovsky. A distant relative, but they know him. They say from Baltimore came the yeshiva was Newberg, the yeshiva was Ruderman, and came Newberger. Newberger was his brother-in-law, but he was the executive director, and so on and so forth. From Satam also came. No, not Satam. Satam went from the first 9. But so I figured I'll meet Reb Shneya at one of these meetings, and I'll talk to him. So we came to the meeting, and after the meeting, the Shach says to Reb Shneya, I have to talk to you a little bit. So they went into another room, and I went together with them. So the Shach said to Reb Shneya, I atmet Iber's door, like, you feel comfortable? So he said, he knew my family and everything. He said, ich kenne him, ich kenne seine Mishpacha. All sitzen da. So what I'm telling you is accurate, it's not something that I heard. So the Rashag told him this problem. So at that time he told the Rashag that in California it's too advanced and I can't stop it. But Cincinnati, I can stop. He stopped it. Then he says to Rashag, the Zal Rosh, he said, Rav Gerari, ich verstehe ich nicht. Ihr hat a koyach, was mir hat nicht. What is it? He said, ihr könnt schicken Talmiden, wo ihr wollt, und sie wollen gehen, und wir können das nicht tun. So I said, that's why they didn't answer, we're on a Taylor, because wir gehen, wir schicken uns, wir gehen nicht allein. Okay. They say that his name is supposed to be Shneya Zalman, really. Yeah. No, the problem was that his grandfather was Rabbi Zalman Malson. So they couldn't give the name Shneya.
No, Zalman.
Zalman, so they just gave the name Shneya.
Why would they have given him Shneya Zalman at the time?
Because it seemed like there was some Shneya Zalman in the family that his name after.
Or not our Shneya Zalman. He would have said
no, it could be that there was someone that was a shaykhus that Alter Rebbe made. And the name went down in the generations. When he was born, they couldn't give him the name Shneya Zalman because the grandfather.
But not out. If it would have been Shneya Zalman, it would be because of Alter Rebbe, would be one of his family members. But it went back to Alter Rebbe.
Okay. So let's see over here now. I already mentioned this in talking. The question is, what is the din of Ner Chanukah? What is the requirement of Ner Chanukah? So of course, everyone will tell you, every night you light a candle, and next you keep adding a candle, but that's not the requirement. He says it's like, in our Medina, by us, is Mahadrim Ki mahadim min mahadim. In other words, there are really a few levels, and we follow the minhag of mahadim min mahadim. And now, he's soon going to explain what that means. That really means that this is mitzvahs ner Chanukah is ner ishu beisa. Ner ishu beisa means that a head of a family lights one candle every night. That's the din of ner Chanukah. Then there's mahadim, and then there's mahadim min mahadim. Mahadim is there's a machlokas of Rashi and Tosafos, but mahadim means that the head of the family lights for each member of his household. So now let's look over here. Now he's going to say, what does it mean? Shemin adlim kol echad ve'echad lifnei habayis, that every member of the family lights a menorah, not just one menorah in the whole household. And b'laylo harishon ner echad u'b'sheni shnei neres v'chein mesifin ad shebolel shmini madrak shmoina. And this is the shita of Beis Hillel. Beis Hillel holds that moiseh v'hoylach, and Beis Shammai disputes it, and he holds that peichos wherever you go backwards. The first night is 8, and every night you can reduce it. Utzrichen lizoeh sheyitn kol echad ve'echad nereisav b'mokam miyuchad. In other words, if you put them all together, so there could be two problems. One problem is, I don't know if he mentions that over here, but it can melt down when there's a lot of heat and a lot of candles. If you're using candles, it could melt down. In fact, the Chanukah licht that they give from Mitzrayim is a box of colored candles. The box of colored candles says that it's supposed to last a half hour. But if you light only one, but if you light more than one, then it's going to melt down. So now, Lubavitch doesn't give out those candles anymore. We have a box of candles that we get from Tzach. It's a bigger candle. It's a special candle that Lubavitch made. So even if you make one next to the other, it will last. And the Shulchan Aruch says the reason why you have to be careful is that kedei she yehei heka kama neiris madligim, because otherwise if they're all together, so it looks like it depends. You may count one way, you may count this way, you count this way, and it may look like there's more candles than the required amount for that night.
But they just start talking about it when it wasn't on a Chanukiah, it was on when they put them on a table or on a cup.
Right.
But then actually in the Chanukah, in a menorah, then it's not a problem.
Versteht ihr? V'lo yadriku b'mokum shemadrika neiris kol hashana. You shouldn't light it in the same place where you light the table, the Shabbos licht. Kedei sheyeh heka she'ein neiris Chanukah. Notice that this is specific now because of Chanukah.
Anyway, for us that wouldn't be a problem because we lay it next to the door, so it's never there. It can never
Actually,
anywhere.
the Rebbe explains the Machlokas Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel that they go a little ushitase, and he explains it that's the difference between this fan sheit sum meirav and sheit toiv. So some people, like everyone spoke, the Indian, what's the chiluk between Chassidus and Mussar? So the Rebbe said that Chassidus stresses that sheit toiv, what you accomplish by doing the mitzvahs, and Mussar stresses the sum meirav, what you create or cause by not doing the mitzvah, by doing the Aveda. And the Rebbe also explains that that's the machlokas between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Beis Shammai goes in the shita of sum meirav, and Beis Hillel goes in the shita of a sheit toiv. So therefore, when you talk about sum meirav, if you want to accomplish, so you have to first blast a strong punch, so to say, and then later, once you knock the guy down, then you already give him some light punches till you get rid of him. And Basil holds the sheet of a Seitov. The sheet of a Seitov is that when you start and you work your way up, go from level to level. So that's why Basil holds that you have to add every night, add a little bit of light. You keep doing better every night. And the Shammai holds you have to first come all with your full strength to blast the Ra, and then later, once you blasted it or you knocked it down, so to say, then it's ready. It's easier to get to the end, to total knockout. Okay. Now he says, Mitzvah Neh Chanukah L'hadlik v'Pesach Asamach L'Shasram Mishum Pasumei Nisa.
That's why it doesn't make sense that he says you shouldn't light it where you light Shabbos. No one lights their Shabbos outside anyway.
Well, he said, but there are people that maybe just light on the table. Mitzvahs Neh Chanukah L'hadlik v'Pesach Asamach L'Shasram Mishum Pasumei Nisa. What's Pasumei Nisa? V'kach hoya oisem bizman ha-Mishnah ha-Gemara. In the times years back, in other words, that's how they did it. Ubizman hazeh she'anu doirim bein ha'umas. Now that we live between the goyim, so madlik b'bayis shu dabay. You light in the home where you live. Ve'im yesh lech haloin l'shus harabim yadrikim shom. If it has a window to l'shus harabim, so you have Pasumei Nisa, put it on the window, so people that walk by your house will see it. V'im lav, and if not, in other words, I mean, you live on a higher level, is madli kam eitzel Pesach. Umitzvah she yanichem betefach asamach Pesach. It's a mitzvah that you put it betefach asamach Pesach, mismol, on the left side. Shetahei hamezuzah mimin, v'neh Chanukah mismol, v'nimtza shehu mesuvah b'mitzvahs, and v'yezeh tayv la'anicham b'chalal Pesach. Now this means that when we say that our Pesach Beisai, our Pesach the room, there's different minhagim about that. So he says that, what I mean different minhagim? Some hold that when they light over there, they don't light the way we do in the chovel, in the present. They light it. Let's say you see there's like a menorah up on top over there. Okay, yeah. So they light it on the floor under the menorah, and that is, well, in this case it's not. It's Samach Pesach. I mean, the example I'm giving is not a right example. Over there is a mezuzah on the right side. It will be on the left side, but not in the actual passageway, but in the alongside the outside of the door. And but he's saying over here our meaning. First, he's saying that it's a mitzvah to put it on the left side of the door, and to what he says over here. I think the Lashon is in the Medrash that when we say mezuzah mimin and Chanukah mismol, so and when you stand in the Pesach, the man is standing there, the person is standing there, and it said that and the man who's wearing tzitzis should stand in between. The male, so he's mesuvah b'mitzvahs. That's the law. So, but our minhag is that we light it mamash in the
doorway.
In the doorway. Now there's a shaila. Well, most of people are, let's say, on vacation. So, not on vacation by your and staying by your family, but let's say you're staying in a hotel or in a motel. There's no mezuzah on the left. There's no mezuzah biyamin.
So
where should you put it? So many paskin that you should put it on the right side, even though
only when you do on the left because it's min.
Because mezuzah min.
But we're wearing tzitzis, so it's here's I'm wearing tzitzis, so here's
It doesn't change the fact
That doesn't change it. We're talking about
You're the middle. You're the middle.
You're the middle part.
If I stand over here, then the middle is over here, so I'm assuming the middle. Oh, you're right.
Because you're missing one
You're
side.
right. Yeah, that's me. You're right. The guy in the middle.
Okay.
Shaila is where you light it also, because in the hotel room, you have a doorway to the room. You can't put it by the doorway in the hallway. The problem also, because over here you can't leave it open
You
the
really
door.
should, I mean, but...
You wouldn't get away with it.
You really should, I mean, but...
The only other doorway usually is the bathroom door, unless you have more than one room.
Even to those who say that near Shabbos we can do with the electric.
What?
Even those that hold that near Shabbos you can do it with electric.
I don't think anyone holds that you could do with electric and make a bracha. You could do with electric if there's no other choice. Like, for instance, I have many times a question. Let's say a woman is in the hospital giving birth, and she's there for Shabbos. What should she do with Neder Shabbos?
The husband
And
wants
first, the husband doesn't. I mean, the hospital doesn't give you candles. They give you, in many hospitals, they have an electric menorah for Shabbos. So I told them that someone should light in their house with a bracha, and she, to continue the minhag of Hadrokas Neder, should use the electric one, but not make a bracha. So that answers your question.
Chanukah?
Huh?
And by Chanukah?
The same thing. You don't make a bracha on an electric menorah. There is one more question over here that's worth to talk about. Why do we light the Hanukkah outside? Why do we light it outside? So he says over the reason, because for Summa Nisa. So Marshall, they ask Akasha, Marshall, there's other Nisim that are because of Pesumei Nisa.
The Marshal.
The Marshal,
Sukkot.
but I think by Purim there's Pesumei Nisa, right?
You have to be b'simcha.
What?
What do we do?
B'sume, b'simcha.
Yeah.
What do
It's
we
not
do?
Pesumei.
We don't do anything specific to make Pesumei Nisa.
We read the Megillah for Pesumei Nisa, and the Megillah is read inside in the shul, right? Doesn't say that you should go out on the street and read the Megillah. Mishum Pesumei Nisa.
Because there's no chiyuv.
Huh?
There's no chiyuv. There's a chiyuv to read the Megillah.
Why?
There's no chiyuv to be mefarsa.
Why not?
There's a chiyuv to add the mishteh. There's a chiyuv to do
But
Megillah.
the reading is also Pesumei Nisa.
Because niskorim v'nasi.
No, so the popular teretz of this kasha is why by Hanukkah is there a din of Pesumei Nisa? Marshal, I think Dalit Kaisis by Pesach is also forbidden with Pesumei Nisa, if I remember correctly. Okay, that's why women are mechuyev. Mishum Pesumei Nisa. But the answer is as follows, because the Yevonim, when it was a Ruch Nizik Muhammad by them. So there's a medrash that says that they said to the Jews, "Kisuchem al keren ashar, she'enuchem ched al kayisrael." Now, why they say what's up Kisu al keren ashar?
Advertisement.
The answer is because it's like you see a taxi driving, and on top of the taxi there's an advertisement, right? The shur is a big animal, and the keren ashar makes it the tallest of the animals. So in order that it should be publicized or properly advertised, they said Kisach Makeren Ashar Yisrael. So b'meila b'bal, the way that they wanted to do was Pesumei Nisa against the Eibishter. So therefore we do Pesumei Nisa for the Eibishter, and we light it al Pesach Beisim B'chutz so that everybody should see it.
Answer the question why the mitzvah was lechatchila done in a way that we have to do Pesumei Nisa davke b'Chanukah.
Right.
So that's Kisvu Lochem al Keren Ashar.
Yeah. Okay.